on our heels in the first half, especially defensively. Give them credit. They did a nice plan, did some good things. We were able to make a few adjustments at halftime, and the biggest thing we talked about is just winning the line of scrimmage with our offensive line against their front seven. And it's a good front seven, but I was really pleased with the Rams, the O-line, the tight ends, fullbacks, Lance and Bruce running so dang hard, and then Easton making some big plays as well. So overall, really pleased with the win. Anytime you come on the road and get a win, I don't care how it is, I don't care what it looks like, you get an opportunity to win a game on the road, it's a big thing. So happy for our guys, and we'll head back and get ready for the next one.
Well, Chris, falling behind early in this environment, you know what it can be like falling behind, being on both sides of it. But your team showed patience and resilience.
We talked a bunch about having poise and not panicking when adversity hits. And we knew some adversity was going to hit. We knew that they had a couple extra days. They were going to be fired up and stuff. But we just got to play Bison football. And if we play Bison football for 4 quarters, I think some of the things from physicality standpoint really stood out in that second half, and I thought our guys did a great job of controlling the line of scrimmage and did a really nice job of just keeping those guys on their heels. I thought Coach Mess did a phenomenal job calling plays today and keeping those guys off kilter.
How about that first play of the fourth quarter, Chris?
Yeah, great call by Mess. We'd talked about it. We'd worked it a bunch. We missed it on them last year. I think Jared made a really good play on it last year, and we thought we had the play again. And once again, we responded, similar to what we did the week before when South Dakota State went ahead. Easton drove them right down and scored. This time we had the big strike, big play capability, and great call by Mess, great throw. And then Bruce is a beast now. Bruce can friggin' roll, and I didn't think anybody was going to catch him when he got out in the open.
Chris, what happened at halftime? Defensive adjustment you guys made that shut them down?
Well, I would say the biggest thing we did is communicate better. That was the biggest thing we did. We were poor in communication. We missed some reads on screens whether it was a linebacker, a DB, a DN, we didn't fall off. Give them credit as well. I thought they executed really well the first half. We communicated much, much better in the second half, and they got us on the one touchdown. I thought it was a great call by their guy and got the seam down the middle. But we have to do a better job of getting off the field on third down. And you know, sometimes that's a good learning lesson, and I know that our guys are on defense are not thrilled the way we played, but in the same respect, it's a win. And hey, if we've got to run and win a shootout, then I love that the fact our offense answered the bell.
Is it hard to believe Bruce is the same guy who, even late last year before Illinois State, was questioning himself on the way he was running?
Yeah, it is. And then the playoff run that he had and what he's doing right now, I think he's unsung because we play an awful lot of backs, and between Bruce and Lance back there, those are 2 guys that are warriors that are going to run the ball friggin' hard. They're going to push the pile forward, and Bruce is a big play guy that we have to find ways to get him touches.
Chris, describe Easton's play today, finding Darius, and why was that combination able to work?
We thought we had some mismatches in the seam with Shep, and lo and behold, we were able to get him matched up a few times, and he's just such a great route runner. And those two have such great rapport and timing with each other. I mean, Shep's barely coming out of his break, and Easton's got it right on him because he knows exactly when he's coming out of his break and just before that defender can get there. But Shep's everybody wants to say where we're at in the passing game and that stuff. Shep's a dynamite football player and is one of the best receivers in FCS, and he's proven it the last few weeks.
Line play today, this is about as good as you've seen all year now.
Absolutely, it was phenomenal, and we challenged them. Coach Riley challenged them. They answered the bell. A lot of different fronts that we saw today from Northern Iowa, which we knew we would. They do a good job of changing the fronts up. A lot of different stunts and blitzes and things, and we did a really good job of picking things up, and then just giving those 2 guys a crease and getting to the second level. They're pretty tough backs to handle.
Would you say your offensive line was the difference today?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely, our offensive line, and we knew it was going to be a 4-quarter game, and I thought those guys did a great job in the fourth quarter of continuing to pound the football, and we're going to be as good as our O-line and D-line, and UNI is the same way. They've got a really good O-line, they have a really good D-line. It's going to be a physical game, and it was, and we're happy about the victory because this is a tough place to win. Yeah, well, we blitzed them early and they got us on a couple of screens, and so good calls by them. They cracked our player that had the back and things that give them credit for. They did a great job, and so we sat back a little bit more in the second half. And tried to get some pressure, and I thought we did a nice job. The biggest thing for us is we were able to shut down the running game in the second half, so it forced them into some second and long and third and long, where in the first half, they were getting into some third and threes and fours, and that's an advantage for the offense.
523 yards at Northern Iowa, that doesn't happen all that often. What does that say about what you did?
Is that what the final total was? What did we have rushing?
344.
344. That's Bison football right there, especially in a game where you have to hang on to the football and you have to continue to move the chains and try to grind it out and maybe wear them down a little bit. And I was really pleased with the way the offensive line really put it upon themselves, tight ends as well. I mean, Jensen and Ben and all the guys, Robbins and Malmstrom, they do a great job as well. And so really pleased. It was a total team win. Yeah, I think he definitely is back to where he was, and everybody knows where Greg's at on every snap too. I mean, he's getting a lot of lines slid to him, backs moving to him and stuff, and I'm really pleased with how Greg's playing. I'm really pleased with how our defensive line is playing.
Chris, that's 5 straight wins for NDSU against Northern Iowa in this series. What does that say about how this is going?
We got this one. I don't get into streaks very much. I was really pleased with this game in this year, especially because it's a road victory, and I thought our guys really did a great job in the second half of really answering the challenge that we gave them at halftime.
When you got down 14-0, did you have to say anything to Matt about making certain adjustments, or does he just know that?
He knows. We talk through things, all the time between myself and Matt and the defensive coaches and suggestions and stuff. But these guys know what the heck they're doing on defense. We've got great defensive coaches, but we no different than if we were up 14-0, we'd end up talking about some things. So no, it's just settling our guys down and give them credit. They did their script plays were really good and had us on our heels.
I think we had something to prove. A lot of people have been talking down on us running games the past 2 weeks. So we just had a good scheme. The Rams got to move, and the backs we just were explosive this week.
Talk about that play to start the fourth quarter. You and Easton, that was a huge play.
We were just on the same page. We just played fast. Easton put it on the money, and after that, I just had to make a play out of something.
And Easton, you kind of took over there in the fourth quarter with your legs in on.
Yeah, well, the offensive line played really well today, and I think kind of just warmed down as we went through it. And, when they're playing that well, there's a lot of things that we can get to in the run game and even throwing the football off of it. So credit to the guys up front for battling.
Greg, what was said at halftime on the defensive side of things to say, hey, what changed at halftime?
Just be better. That was one of our worst halves of football this season, and the offense thankfully kept us in the game. We just knew that if we keep getting the offense the ball, they're going to make more plays and get more points. So we would just get better at everything.
Luke, when did you know you were wearing them down?
When we're battling and we're in a war like that, it's just throwing punches. Theoretically speaking, it's when we can hit a gasser here or there, and I guess it's a body language type thing. You see them with their heads down, maybe not running back to their huddle, things like that. Hey, you speak. You talk about that in the huddle. Hey, let's get after them. They're starting to break down. And, I think we were down 3 at the fourth quarter. Started the fourth quarter, we hit that big play. I think after that, we were like, all right, now the defense gets us the ball back. Let's go down and score. So.
Luke, did you sense that early on? You guys were able to take advantage of the running game with something the offensive line and say, hey, we're getting some chunk plays here?
Yeah, the biggest thing we were talking about was communication. We practice with the noise and things like that, and they give us different fronts between 3-man and 4-man fronts. And after that, we knew that if we start, with the guys we have, to wear them down, get after them, and that's just our mantra, I guess, as Rams, and that's what we try to do every week is to wear guys down and then finish in the fourth quarter.
What do you think of number 8, Luke?
What's that?
What do you think of Bruce?
Bruce? Oh man, he's something else. Him and I have class together. We have actually bowling class that just finished up. We get competitive after that. He's one of my good friends, and he's from Florida. I'm from North Dakota. I'm a small town North Dakota kid that played 9-man football, and Bruce is back there, Lance is back there. Hey, they're great guys, and they're leaders, so they're great guys.
think what got better in the second half? So it would just be better on defense. What do you feel got better on defense?
I think our coaches made a lot of good adjustments at halftime that put us in better position to make plays. I know in the first half they were hitting us a lot of screens, and we were missing a couple tackles here and there. So I think we really shored up the tackling. We're able to stop them from turning 5-yard gains into 20-yard gains.
Bruce, describe how your running style has changed from, I think you mentioned at the end of last year at Illinois State, and now how that is continued into this season.
It's just it's really confidence. You know, when you get more reps, you kind of see things differently. The game kind of slows down for you. So just put myself in that position to, you know, just working hard at practice week to week, watching film, so I'm able to slow the game down and I can just be explosive. Don't have to think. Just everything is just second nature.
Easton, have you seen that? Have him running the ball like that since Illinois State?
Yeah, obviously the way Bruce finished last season was pretty impressive, and you could see through spring ball how much better he got, and you saw him today as a receiver. He's really talented and can play a lot of different positions, and so we're going to continue to find ways to get him the football because he's a special player, and yeah, it's fun to watch him run around with the ball.
Yeah, he and Lance got into the passing game today. Talk about that with your.
Yeah, I mean, they're both just so versatile, and we can line them up all over the field, and we just got to find ways to get them the football because when we do, good things happen, and whether it's out of the backfield, in the slot, out wide, whatever it is, we got to find ways to get them the ball because good things happen, and it's fun to watch those two guys run around.
If you had to overall evaluate the defensive effort overall today, what would be your thoughts and your grade on how the defense played overall?
A grade wouldn't be good. Let's just say that, especially with the first half. But I think we were playing hard, which is the good thing. It's easier when you're watching film if you see guys out there playing hard, flying around, giving it their best effort. So I think it's good that we won, but we can learn a lot from it and take that into next week.
Easton, take this team on the road for the first time and win in a place like that. What does this say confidence-wise, I guess, going forward?
It's really hard to win on the road, and that's a good football team, and this is one of the toughest places to play in the conference. And so we knew that coming in. We knew it would be a fourth quarter affair, and just really proud of our guys, the way guys battled. We got down 14-0. They're pretty quick, and nobody flinched. It's a gritty group, and I think we showed how much love there is in that locker room and how much we care about one another just by the way we competed and played. And it's hard to get wins on the Valley in the road, so we got another tough task next week.
It seemed like you ran the ball by design until late in the game. Was that something just because the backs were running so well, or is that something you decided to keep that off?
Well, I mean, yeah, Bruce and Lance were really explosive, and we were finding ways to get them the ball. We had a couple called early and just didn't get the look for me to have it, and that's just kind of the way the game went. Luckily, we were able to get to some stuff there late, and the tight ends did a really good job out on the perimeter blocking, and we were able to bust a couple.